Hi, I'm Mar, and I'm in IB Analysis and Approaches this year, and last year I took Advanced Algebra. In my math class this year, we're learning about functions and how to graph functions, and we've also learned about logarithms and other graphing like that. And if I had to give somebody advice on this math class, I would say make sure to take some notes so that you can review, because I think it's helpful to be able to study for tests like that.
Hi, I'm Liam.
And I'm Charlie.
And we're currently in IBSL Year 2 Analysis and Approaches. Last year, we took IBSL Year 1 Analysis and Approaches. And this year, we've been learning all sorts of derivatives, lots of things, lots of rules to go along with those derivatives.
Formulas.
And if I were to give one piece of advice, if you're struggling with a math problem, try explaining it to someone next to you. Oftentimes, you'll just come to the conclusion yourself.
It's good advice.
You got any advice, Charlie?
Yeah, I'd say I always check my notes. I before now I didn't look at my notes this much, but this year you got to go back and look at your notes. It helps a lot.
Hi Millers, I'm Ella. I'm a senior this year, and right now I am taking MCTC Math, Applied Algebra, and Statistics. Last year I took IBSL Year 1 of Analysis and Approach. In my math class, I'm currently learning about exponential functions and how they apply to real life situations. And if I had to give someone advice, for this math class, I would say just ask questions. My teacher's really good at answering those questions, giving you time outside of class to help you with things.
My name is Mo Endo. I'm currently in AP Stats, and last year I took AP Calculus, and something I enjoy about the class is how we do a different kind of math than I've ever done. It's not like a ton of algebra or geometry or calculus. It takes on a whole new meaning to math, and something I would advise for future students is just to balance out their courses to make sure they're not overloaded or have too much work on their mind.
Hi, I'm Oliver Gels. I'm currently in AP Calculus. I'm also an 11th grader. Last year I took AP Statistics. In my math class, currently we are learning related rates, which is building on the derivatives that we have been learning and the limits that we learned before that. I think the next step in our calculus learning is we're probably going to learn some integral work. And some advice I'd have for people going into calculus would be to really study up on basic fundamentals of algebra and quadratics and also trigonometry, because those things really come into play and you have to really know a lot of that stuff in order to work in calculus.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the course and what are you learning, what type of math are you doing?
So we do basically all types of math in this class, like from calculus to algebra to geometry, and it's just a deeper dive into all of those topics at a very fast pace.
Yeah, it's basically an expansion of ideas that we've already been taught, just looking at them with a different lens and diving into them deeper.
Okay, and what advice do you have for somebody thinking about taking this class?
Well, it's a very fast-paced course, so just be good at managing your time. We don't spend very much time on each individual topic, so using work time in class productively, because you get a lot of that, will really help you.
It's mostly, Mr. Olson calls it a problem-solving class, which means we have to kind of figure it out yourself, and that kind of makes sense because the way that the problems are made, there isn't really a set method. You just kind of have to figure out how to work the word problem into something that's understandable. So it's you got to be willing to kind of work on it on your own or ask questions.
I was going to say, don't be afraid to ask questions.
And then lastly, what math did you take before taking this class?
Yeah.
My name is Jaiden. I'm a senior at Weisburn High School, and I'm currently taking college prep and analysis, and last year I took intermediate math. And what we're learning about right now is powers and exponents, stuff like that. And if I have to give somebody advice that's taking the class next year or the years to come, is that it's not really about how good you can solve and stuff like that. It's more of like your way of thinking of when you're solving it, and if you're able to decipher stuff a certain type of way than just like the regular way that you learned in your previous classes. So it's not more of if you can solve it, it's more of how you can solve it in different ways